Well, good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Is that what I'm supposed to call you, Judge?
Well, we're going to speak that into existence.
All
okay,
right.
so
All
I'm
right.
receiving that. I will
All right.
receive that. Thank you.
Now tell me this. Your first name is Oscar, I know. And the last name is Telfair?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Oscar Matthew Telfair III.
Now what's going to be on the ballot?
The ballot is going to be, this is going to be for judge of the 387th District Court.
Okay,
Oscar Telfair III.
The third. Oh, okay. Well, I don't believe I've seen that. I'm glad you mentioned the third.
Yeah.
Very good. Now tell me a little bit. Now you live in...
I live here in Missouri City. I've been here, 24-year resident.
Okay.
I'm not from Texas. I've been in Texas. It'll be 37 years. Not from here, but I got here as soon as I could.
Fast as you could.
Yes, I could.
That's smart. That tells me a lot about you.
And I settled in Fort Bend when I moved to Texas. So I'm in Fort.
You've been here all the time.
All the time. I moved to Missouri City, built a house in Missouri City back in 2000.
Oh, really? So you've been here quite a few years.
Right.
Good. But now how did you prepare yourself for this? Where you go to school?
Okay, I did my undergraduate work at Howard University. I have a bachelor's of business administration and accounting. And as a young child, I wanted to be a lawyer, but I knew coming out of a lot of people or students will go and they get a political science degree. And you can do something with a political science degree, but not, a whole lot like I can do with a business degree. So
you're a judge now.
Right. So I knew that if in the event that I wasn't able to go to law school, I needed to get a job. So I got that accounting degree. And then I fell in love with tax accounting. So I wanted to be a tax lawyer. I became a tax lawyer as soon as I came out of law school.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you can look at the expression on my face and see that I know about the tax people.
That's the normal expression I get from folks that when I tell them about tax law. So, as a matter of fact, a lot of my good friends in law school are like, why are you taking all those tax courses?
Yes.
It's something I enjoy.
Well, I'm glad to meet you.
Good to meet you.
And can you practice being a judge?
Well, I think you can prepare yourself.
Okay.
And I prepare myself. I believe I've had great preparation for this position.
Okay.
Like I said, I've been practicing law 38 years in a number of different areas. I've done family law. This is a family law course. So I've done, it'll be 30 years in December that I've been practicing family law.
30 years?
Just in family, in private practice. So I was in corporate law and tax law for the years before that. So before I transitioned into my own practice.
So when I get a divorce, I'll be coming to you, to your court.
Yeah, in fact, this court handles divorces, adoptions, termination of parental rights, domestic abuse, child support, child custody cases, and name changes.
Oh, I'm glad you told me about that.
Right. So I've handled cases in every area of practice that this court handles. I've had cases in every area over those 30 years.
Well, thank you so much for explaining that. Because I thought you just did divorces.
No.
When you're in family court.
Right. No.
No, I thought you did name changes too.
Do name changes as well?
Because I had to have my name changed. My name is Naomi from the Book of Ruth in the Bible.
All right.
And where I'm from, it was on my birth certificate, Naomi. So a law professor said, Naomi, if you want this on your degree, Naomi, we got to go to court and have it changed. So.
Got it done.
Well, yes, we got it done right around here somewhere. But maybe Houston. Maybe somewhere in Houston.
And, I've talked about preparing myself. And, aside from practicing law or as a part of practicing law, we're required to, as you well know, do minimum continuing legal education credits, 15 hours.
Right.
So I'm a member of what's known as the Texas Bar College,
right,
where I do at least 40 hours of continuing legal education every year. I believe that if you're going to be good at your craft, you got to practice your craft, and you got to go back every year and study because, as you know, the law changes.
Right.
I want to, and then you surround yourself in those CLE, continuing legal education classes, with individuals that have been practicing law. They're teaching that, and they're willing to pass along their craft. So good. I think that's important. So that's how I prepare myself for this. I'm ready to move up to the next level.
Beautiful. Yeah, we need you. We need people that look like you.
Right.
It's just something about you understand me better, because you won. But
You know, I think being involved in the community, that's one of the tenets of my candidacy, that experience, community, and faith. We talked about my experience. Now, my involvement in the community. I believe a judge of a family court needs to understand the pulse of the community. And how do you do that? By being out in the community. So for 35 years, I've been a member of out there in the community working NAACP. I started men and boys conferences. I created one in 2017. I'm a member of the board of trustees of what's known as Fort Bend Family Promise. Now, this is a working homeless initiative, okay? So folks that are working on the work every day but can't make ends meet. So their kids go to school, and so we provide them housing for like 30 days and get them back on their feet and have counseling programs and, follow them and their children. We have programs for their kids. So that's something that's near and dear to my heart. I've helped build 6 houses through Habitat for Humanity through my church. So, during the pandemic, I was out there over 50 food bank distributions. What? I was involved in here in this community, and also I've done coat drives just throughout the entire Fort Bend community. So I understand what's going on in the community. I believe that stronger families need a stronger community, which makes for a better Missouri City, better
Please don't stop.
A better Fort Bend County. And
Please don't stop.
That makes a difference. So I understand the community. And so when those individuals that are broken because of divorce, you got child custody matters, I understand people that look like me. Fort Bend is the most diverse county in the entire United States. So I've been out in every quadrant of Fort Bend County. So when those individuals come before me, I can have compassion, show fairness. And another, I said, experience, community, and faith. I'm going to be led by my faith to make decisions that are fair, compassionate, with honesty and integrity. And so I understand those individuals, and I'm a product of a broken family myself. My parents were separated when I was 5 years old, and my mother passed away. We went to live with my grandparents. So my grandparents were they were our village. My mother passed away 3 years later, so we decided to stay with my 4 sisters and I with our grandparents. And so they, quote unquote, adopted us, okay? They didn't terminate my father's rights, but pretty much they were our parents. And then my aunts and uncles became part of that village. So I understand the brokenness. So when an individual or a family comes before me, I can be compassionate towards those individuals. I can be fair. Because you've been there. I've been there. So done that. And what I want to do is to help restore families. You're going to have situations where you're going to have to say for a while, this father or this mother is not going to have custody, And so, but I want at some time or another, I want to tell that father or that mother, hey, you need to go take some counseling classes. And so we can bring you back together, this family back together. And the mother and the father may not get back together, but the person that suffers the most is the child, okay? So you don't want to separate the child from the father or the mother, but in some instances, you got to do that. But I want to be about uplifting and empowering families one at a time by bringing about restoration.
You. God bless you for saying all that and believing in that you could do.
Oh yeah, it's in me. My grandparents taught me character. They taught me treating folks like you want to be treated and to be compassionate towards others. They were always doing that, taking care of kids down the street. We didn't have a whole lot, but they were willing to share.
But it was a village.
Right. It's a village.
I know. When I finished TSU, the famous Texas Southern University, I pioneered a while. I was the first Black clerical worker at the Houston Post newspaper. Then I went on to Shell Oil, and they called me a secretary. But my mother hated it. She said, you don't need to be down there with all them white men. Some of them going to push you down the elevator shaft. I didn't understand at the time what she was talking about, but later I understood.
Right.
But I never had any problem. They didn't want to get that close to me.
Right.
I would go in the lounge, the female lounge, Everybody jump up and run out. There was one young lady there. I think she went to Texas A&M. She would call me and say, Naomi, come go to the lounge with me so I can get a seat. But we need people like you thinking about us and our kids.
Right.
And our families.
I understand what our families are feeling. Because I felt it, as you indicated. So I'll be able to make decisions that are fair and compassionate.
Yes, because you one of us.
Right.
You understand. Is this your first time running for office?
No, I've run for judge before. I ran in 2022. In 2020, someone told me, I told them I expressed my desire to run, and it was like December, and the election was February. They said, well,
you didn't have enough time.
Right. They said, well, just get your name out there for the next time.
Right, that's
so
good.
I got my name out there last time. There were two guys running last time, and then there was a African-American female got in the race like 3 months before the election, and she swept the entire election. So it wasn't my
she
time.
did.
Right. It wasn't my time. I understand
Right.
Everything has a time and a place, and it wasn't my place. My time.
Now,
It's my time.
It's your second time.
Actually, it's my third, but the first time I got in 8 weeks before the election, just to get my name out there for the next time. So, but this is actually my second full time getting in. So
okay.
really putting the time in. So.
Yeah, well, we got to help you get in there.
Yes, we need to get folks out to vote. That's going to be the key. The primary, the turnout was very low. I mean, under 12%, and runoffs typically. Folks don't go back out to vote. Fort Bend just had an election for school board and MUD directors, and that turnout was low, just about a week ago. So
what do they say? Oh, they gonna do what they want to do anyway.
Right. But see, if you don't vote, don't complain.
Right.
And that's the problem. That they do what they want to do because you don't vote. So we need to get Missouri City, Sugar Land, all these cities in Fort Bend, we need to get them. We need you to come out and vote. Okay?
Well, you got some cards. You got to leave us some cards.
I will.
So we can just push some cards for you. Don't you know him? We got to get him in there.
That's it. Because I'm serious and I'm passionate about this. So I wasn't going to run. We were talking about our grandchildren before. When my grandson asked me last April, and he helped me campaign last couple of times. He said, Papa, when we run it again? I said, running for what?
Wonderful, wonderful.
For judge, I said, Papa, I left it all on the field. Last time he put everything, and that's all you can ask yourself. And he looked at me, a little 9-year-old, and looked at me in the face and said, Papa, you taught me not to be a quitter.
Right.
And so.
And you can't quit to show him that you're a quitter.
I got to be an example. I told him you can be anything you want, but you got to put the work in. So he threw it right back at me. And then I told him, I said, sometimes you have to sit back and look at the big picture. He said, well, and get back in it down the road. He said, Papa, you did it in 21, 22, it's 23, 24. So, you know, what they say about
just keep doing it.
Right, a child shall lead them. So,
that's right.
He's excited. I'm excited. And he's helped me campaign. So.
Right. And so you actually have to live here.
Right.
In the city, in the county.
In the Fort Bend resident.
Right.
So this is a county-wide race. So you got to live in Fort Bend.
Right. But you've been here for some time, haven't you?
Yeah, been in Fort Bend for 37 years since I got to Texas, and I've been in Missouri City for 24 years. So,
well, you must have come here when you was 2.
Oh, you're
Texas.
so kind. You're
so kind.
You're so
that
kind.
is beautiful.
So kind.
Well, tell me about. I saw something, but you did do something out of state. You were born out of state.
Yeah, born in New Jersey, born and raised in New Jersey, and then I went to Howard.
And right.
Doing that to the Ohio State University for law school.
Okay, all right. Now, you were born where?
New Jersey.
Right.
Small town in southern New Jersey.
Yeah, I think I've been there somewhere in New Jersey. But Newark? Is that right?
Newark is North Jersey, but I'm in southern part of Jersey. So
right.
Newark is closer to New York. So
yes.
We call it the New York part of New Jersey. So.
Yeah, I think that's where I was in New York.
Okay.
And we went down there somewhere.
In Newark, okay.
In Newark.
Yeah, it's right there, right across the water.
And I think we went to some club and James Brown was there.
Okay.
And playing in this psychedelic lights. Is that right?
That sounds about right.
I had to close my eyes. I couldn't dance with the lights. But I'm glad you finally made your way to the promised land, to Texas.
Yes. I'm here.
Wonderful.
I'll be here for a while.
Good. Well, we got to have you. And you got to tell me how we can help you.
Well,
What? I mean, I know we vote,
right.
but how can I get my neighbor out there?
Well, we have to call our neighbors. We got to call. In church they said turn to your neighbor, and tell them this. Well, we got to tell our neighbors. You call our neighbors, call our friends. Put us out there on social media. Share our Facebook post. We're Oscar Telfair for Judge and Oscar Telfair on Facebook. Look at our website. That's telfairforjudge.com. And just share all our posts. We're out there. We're in a blitz now every day, putting a new post out there on Facebook and updating our website and Instagram. We do a lot of events. We've been out there in the community working prior to running for office. So, like I said, food drives.
That's important.
Back to school drives, clothing drives, and then with Fort Bend Family Promise working. I'm a member. I've been a deacon for 30 plus years and now on the trustee board. So I'm just about helping people because that's the way. Somebody helped me.
Okay? Right.
Somebody brought me along.
Right.
I didn't pull myself up by my own bootstraps. I know that. I know somebody stood in the gap for me. So
that's so important to hear you say that.
Yes. So I want to pay it forward, so to speak.
Beautiful.
I can't give it back to grandma. Grandmother's gone. My aunt gone. Mother's gone. Fathers and uncles. A lot of them are gone. My mother there were 13 of them. She was the youngest of 13. So my aunts and my uncles became like my brothers and sisters.
Right,
she was the first one to pass.
I'm sorry.
I have one aunt left, and so she's like 92. So every time I go home, she turned 92 the 13th. Every time I go home, the first stop is to her house.
Oh, rightfully so.
Who's the oldest cousin. She'll be 90. So that's my first stop. It's to my aunts.
Beautiful.
They've been there for me.
You can't forget them.
Oh, you can't.
No, please.
I tell my sisters that are there, I said, you got to see them. You got to go by and see them. Not only when I come home, but you need to go and, because they were there supporting us when we had little.
Right.
Helping grandmom out and grandpop out.
So, that's beautiful.
Providing for us and just providing that support and making sure that I did the right thing.
Right.
So,
and that's important. That's the real important.
My aunt told me.
But they did a good job.
Oh, well,
from what I could see.
Thank you.
And what I heard about you.
Well, great. My aunt told me on Monday when I called her to tell her happy birthday. She said, I don't think I ever had she said, whip you, okay? Spank you. We call it a whipping, okay?
Beat you.
Nah, you didn't have to get me because I was afraid, okay? So y'all had the fear of God in me.
Right,
so
right.
I wanted to do the right thing. And then I wanted to be better. They told me, you're not better than anyone else. You can be better. You want to be better. And that's what I wanted to do. So
that's beautiful. Beautiful. Do they ever come down here?
I brought them down, 3 of my aunts down. I flew them down probably about 5 years ago. So 3 that were remaining, actually 2 of them were first cousins, but they were like they were my mother's age. And so
right.
She was her oldest niece. They were at pretty much the same age. She was a little bit older, so I brought her down. It was 3 aunts. I call them all aunts. So I flew them down, and they spent about a week with me. So.
Seemed like I saw something somewhere that a couple of attorneys, Attorney Barbara and Attorney Lanice, they having at B's Bar, they having a fundraiser for you, aren't they?
They have graciously
supported
me. That's going to be tomorrow night at B's Wine Bar from 6:30 to 8:30. They have graciously. Where
is that?
That's on Highway 6.
Okay, I know Highway 6.
Highway 6 in Missouri City.
Okay.
So they're going to host a fundraiser.
Oh, I'm glad. Now that's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
At 6 o'clock.
6:30 to 8:30.
On Highway 6.
Highway 6.
Oh, I'll be there.
Okay.
And all my friends will be there, too.
I appreciate that. Come on out,
we need you.
We're going to share our vision.
We need you.
We're in the home stretch for the runoff. Runoff is, the early voting starts next Monday.
Oh, really?
The following Friday. And then the election is May 28th. So we're in a blitz now, getting our message, make sure our message is out there.
All this is in May.
All this is in May.
Okay.
We're hoping, we're claiming that on the evening of May 28th, we'll be victorious.
Right,
so.
right. Well, where's your campaign office? If I want to stop by and get some material.
Well, we I'm running out of my office which is
Okay.
actually in Houston. So we're
Okay.
a moving campaign office,
Right.
basically. So
Yeah, I've seen some of your signs.
right, we're out there. We got our
In
signs.
Brazoria County, I think.
Well, right there at the corner of Brazoria County and
Right,
Pearland, We have a
right.
big
I've
sign
seen it.
there,
That's why I pass it every day.
Right, yeah. So, and my opponent is out there, but she's out.
Don't mention the name.
No, we won't.
Well,
say
I
that,
don't
but-
know.
Well, we want to say that we believe that we're the best person for this position. We're running for the position, not against the person. Okay?
Right.
And we believe our
right.
qualifications are superior, and that we prepared ourselves for this.
Right.
I've been out there practicing a long time, and not just in family law, different areas of law. And interesting thing is that there are different areas of law that impact family law. You got probate that comes up in your family law and your divorce. You got personal injury may come up in your cases. Real estate comes up. So I've been in those different areas. I practice in those different areas because I enjoy it.
Now, are you going to still be able to have a little practice when you become the judge?
No.
Oh,
As a district
okay.
court judge, you won't be able to do that.
All right.
I'll just be on the bench.
Right.
And,
right.
I'll enjoy that.
Right,
I'll
right.
just be
Well,
on the bench.
It seems like you would. You just seem like the perfect judge.
I appreciate that. I'm ready to serve.
With your robe and everything.
Yes, I'm ready.
Oh, I'm looking forward to coming to your court just to say hi.
Just to say hi.
I'm not coming. I hope I don't have to come.
Right, because I've 2018 we got our first African American judges and judges of color in Fort Bend County.
Really?
So in that election, so we had 3 African American male judges that we no longer have. So we have no African American male judges
Really?
in Fort Bend County.
How
So
sad.
in 2019, when the first day of court, I think it was January 3rd, and probably for the entire month, I would go in the courtroom and judge said, Mr. Telfair, you have something here? You're not on the docket. You don't have a client. I said, Judge, I just like the view, okay? Because it's good. Like I said, Fort Bend is the most diverse county. So we had judges of African American descent, Indian, Southeast Asian descent. We have a Hispanic. We have a Caucasian, still have a Caucasian judge. And so I think the makeup of the judiciary should reflect the entire county.
Right, and you have a lot of blacks over here.
Right, and we don't have an African American male judge. Now we have some great African American female judges.
Okay, well, good.
But I think our young men need to see an African American male judge. I think that's important.
It is.
I think the judiciary there in Fort Bend needs an African American male judge. So I'm running on my own merits and competence, but I'm also running as an African American male that we need on this court.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear you say that. I can't wait to get some of your literature.
We're going to get it to you. We brought some with us today.
Oh, good,
good. We have you asked me where my office is. We have a rolling office.
Okay.
So I'm sure I have plenty of literature.
Okay, all right.
Because I don't leave home without it. Okay?
Right. Never leave home without it.
You got to have it.
That was some commercial, but I don't know what that was. Now,
was that American Express? Is that what that is?
It might have been because I used to be with them in another life.
Okay.
And I see, I was a financial advisor with them,
great.
not the travel agency and the card and all that. But I see you're a member of the NAACP.
NAACP, member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Oh, the smart boys. That's what they call
Scholarship, fellowship,
that's
and
what
love
they
for
call
all
you.
mankind. That's what they
The
call it.
others are just social clubs, so they say.
I'm going to leave that alone. I think we do well.
All
The Divine Nine
right,
does well.
all
We
right.
work well together.
All right,
And out there
all
serving
right.
communities. I'm not going to go there because I need voters next
Right.
week.
Well, I know y'all some smart boys.
Yeah.
I got some in my family.
Okay, great.
No, they're smart boys. They really are. But
State Rep Ron Reynolds is my frat brother. He was in here a few minutes ago, so he's
Really?
my frat. Oh, yes.
oh, I love him. You know what I call him, my little boy.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay. And then Commissioner Grady Prestige.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now I met him too.
right. Mm-hmm.
I met him over to I started to say Lucille's, but it was Davis Street.
Okay.
You know Davis
Yeah.
Street?
Great food.
Oh,
Great
yes.
food. And along with Lucille's, great food.
Yes.
Great food.
But they way away from your
Yeah,
voters, I
right.
think.
They're Harris County.
Right,
Yeah.
Harris County.
Right.
But we go there, but we can, if we live out here, we can still vote.
Yeah, we still have folks that come in from Fort Bend to Davis Street and Lucille. So,
Right.
like
I saw
said,
Grady Prestige what's his name?
Prestige, Grady
Prestige over there at Davis Street.
Davis Street, okay.
All right. Well, we determined to see you in there.
I am. I'm out here working every day.
We determined.
Balancing my my law practice with campaigning.
But you can't practice now once you get on the bench.
Can't practice once I get on the bench. So.
Okay. But you got some partners?
Well, no, I'm a solo practitioner, but I do joint venture with other attorneys.
All right.
So, they'll take on the cases that I haven't completed once I go on the bench.
Okay, but you're still a lawyer, so we haven't lost anything.
Oh, yeah.
You just moved up.
I'm just taking it to another level.
Yes, and helping somebody. Right. Well, we're just so proud of you.
Well, thank you.
And just thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me and letting us share our
with
vision.
us.
So
Yes.
remember, experience, community, and faith. Okay?
Oh, we'll be seeing some more of you.
Oh, yes.
We will.
So tell folks we need you to get out and vote next week, May 22 to 24th, and May 28th is the election.
Wait, May 28th is the election. When is early vote?
May 20th through the 24th.
Okay, May the 20th. 20th through 24th. Got it.
Right, and the actual election day is May 28th.
Got that. All right. And now tell me now, how we going to get to the polls?
Polls will be listed. You can go to Fort Benning Elections Office, and they'll list the polls. We'll show where the early voting polls are.
All right.
And then also the election dates, there'll be more polls. So there's one right here in Missouri City at the Community Center. Right down the street.
I know where that is.
Is there? And then on election day, there'll be one at Missouri City Baptist Church here.
Okay.
And then Leonard Lane Elementary School, and then over Quail Valley Fund. So they're all over.
They're all around.
Over Missouri City here.
I like this area. I know some other people out here, but I'm not gonna mention them. They elected officials too, but we just talking about Telfair.
Yes, today is Telfair.
Yeah, we just want to get the judge Telfair in there.
Telfair for the 387.
Yes, and 287. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. And then we'll talk about these other people.
Right.
But it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me. I've enjoyed this.
Oh no, it's my pleasure. And you're going to see more of us. You're going to be around?
This is a great facility. We have radio right here in Mo City. So there's more in Mo City. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, we so glad that you took the time to come and chat with us.
Thank you.
So, but you're going to be seeing more of us, and we're going to be around.